Hello, and welcome to Real Actors, Real Answers, the podcast where you are the star. I have three Californians with me. There is Bonnie, there is Vanessa, and there is Eddie. They're going to talk about a very different kind of web series. I like it. I thought it was hilarious. It's unique and very creative. It's called Girl Diaries. So, with that in mind, I'm just going to let them go and talk to you. Bonnie, Vanessa, Eddie, welcome.
Thank
you for having
you.
us.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
You're welcome.
So Green Girl, I'll just jump right in. Green Girl is a modern day parody web series of the musical Wicked that focuses on Elphaba's time at Shiz University. I play Elphaba Throp, and Bonnie, who do you play?
I'm Bonnie. I play Galinda Upland.
And I'm Eddie. I play Fiyero, the Wicked Prince.
The love interest.
Oh yeah, the love interest. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So from what I saw in the trailer, this happens in a neighborhood.
Well, we're a modern parody, so that's kind of where our parody comes in. It's a magic university. With our charming budget, we decided to use our neighborhood park, local locations basically, and we made it happen that way. And once edited, you'll kind of get the feel of what's going on.
Located in any town, USA.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But more specifically, Vanessa's apartment.
Yeah.
Mostly in my apartment.
complex in the apartment complex in there. Yeah.
This is where creativity actually starts. You know, it starts in humble beginnings. It really does, because creativity comes from up here and here. I think it's great. It's like grassroots type of a start, and I love that. Now, who thought this idea up? How did it become?
It was me. So I'm a huge musical theater fan. My favorite musical is Wicked. I see it every year. We actually went as a cast to go see it this past year. But in 2018, I went with my then boyfriend and now fiance to go see it. And he bought me a pair of Shiz University sweatpants. That's the school that they go to. It's called Shiz University. And something about these sweatpants, it just kind of reminded me of like my time at college and high school. And it just reminded me like there's more to the story. They're at an actual university. Like there's shenanigans happening, basically. There's parties, there's sporting events, there's, activities going on that we kind of don't get to see. I thought it was important to dive more deeper into that, basically. But it's also really cool because it's in Oz and there's magic folks and animals, half man, half goat people walking around, half man, half monkey people walking around. So there's just so many things happening at this one university.
Or in my case, half man, half boy walking around. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Well,
I can tell the story if you want, Vanessa.
Me and Bonnie, we've known each other for a while. We're all from Orange County, or we all live in Orange County currently. There's a big theater community. Me and Bonnie did a show together. What show did we do, Bonnie?
We did 9 at the Mysterium.
Yeah, we did 9, the musical, together a while ago. And then Eddie, we met for Green Girl specifically. He's the only one who actually auditioned. I brought in friends and that I knew that I worked with before. I didn't know Eddie. We're friends now, but
referred to from a friend of a neighbor to a friend.
Yeah. Basically.
Yes.
That's how we know.
And then Kevin Bacon, and then a friend. And,
yeah.
Eddie, how did you become an actor?
How did I become an actor? I saw movies. I saw silent films. Charlie Chaplin is one of my personal not role models, but like actors I model after. And I acted all my life in front of a bathroom mirror. And then I decided to try it out when I turned 30 years old. Yeah, it just and I'd always clowned around and would do monologues on my own and just things. And then then I got to the point where I wanted to get into it. I've always been into it. Yeah.
You started when you were 30?
Actually started, yeah, when I was 30. Yeah. That was an named a number of years ago, and yeah, but acting all my life in front of a bathroom mirror, or my friends, or yeah.
What was your first role?
My first, well, I think my first role was a play in 8th grade, where I tried out for Jesus, but I got Judas. It was for the last.
Okay.
It was for the Last Supper. That was my first role, and then 18 years later, my first role was for this black box theater in Hollywood, California, not Florida, Hollywood, and then it was a zombie-esque kind of play. Second story of a building where they had theater in a room probably no bigger than Vanessa's living room. That was the stage. Yeah, it was a black box theater, and with the that was my first thing. That was the first thing I did. We also got to start somewhere, Dave.
That's very interesting. I love
Yeah.
starts like that. It's very eclectic and unusual. Those memories you're going to keep forever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But yeah, just fun fact, I improvised. Crazy, isn't it, Vanessa? I improvised in the Last Supper, where after I state that clearly it is not I, my Lord, and after Jesus says, "One of you are going to betray me," I storm off in a huff and puff, and I come back onto the stage and I grab my bread and said, "I didn't have my supper yet," and I took it with me, and then I walked off stage. Nobody told me I wasn't allowed to. I didn't know.
Eddie's really big on improv and trying things, and he's always collaborating. So he has tons of ideas, and so
Hey.
yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah.
That could have happened at
It
the
could
Last
have.
Supper. It could
Yeah.
have. I'm getting my bread.
Yeah. So it was a one and done. Yeah. So it's my first thing, and then 18 years later, nothing. But yeah. So that was me.
Awesome. I love that story. I love stories. Bonnie King, what about
Yes.
you? What is your story?
Well, I started dancing at the age of 4. I wanted to go to an art school. So when I auditioned for OSHA, which is located in Santa Ana, I auditioned for their dance. I believe they had 3 dance departments, and I didn't get into any of them. So not a technically great dancer, but I really loved performing. So I asked my mom, what other department could I possibly try and get into that includes dancing? And she said, musical theater. So I did that. And the rest is history. I've been doing it, we'll say, fairly consistently since, let's see, my first show, I was 14. I did The Sound of Music, and I was Liesel. So
Really? How did that go? Did you enjoy it?
oh gosh, I loved it. It was my church has a drama ministry, the church I had growing up, and so we would do shows that had some sort of element of faith to it. And so The Sound of Music is obviously, there's lots of nuns, so though it may not be the Christian religion that we observe, Catholicism is close in that they talk to God and they just have a little bit more rigorous rules than we do. But my mom was raised Catholic, and she was the director of the show. So she, started this ministry. It was the first show ever, and I guess the first musical ever. They'd done a lot of plays, but they're the, original plays that most churches put on that are sort of cheesy. And this was the first, something that had been to Broadway, and it was a bunch of kids, and it was so fun. And I mean, getting to be a lead your first show, amazing. So yeah.
Green Girl Diary. When I say it sounds obvious, but people have to see it and see the trailer and subscribe, because it's a really cool channel. But Green Girl, I got that. Diaries. Where did Diaries come in? How did you pull that out of the vocabulary and put it in there?
So in Wicked, if you notice at the beginning, it's Galinda telling the story of Elphaba's story, basically. And so this is a chance for Elphaba to tell her own story. Also, we put a technology element into it. She has a vlog that she does basically to put herself out there, because she's a little on the shy side because she's green and people don't really take to that very nicely. And so she has to put herself out there some way, and she does it through a vlog.
So she feels rejected?
I would say so. Yeah, absolutely.
There's a deeper meaning to this. I know there is, but when I saw the trailer, it looked just like fun. I showed my brother today, and he started to laugh. He goes, "That's really clever," you know. It kind of has a light, airy feel to it, kind of like what was that sitcom? They no longer produce it. The Office.
Yeah.
I got that feeling, you know, and it was happy, and it's very unusual, but I'm intrigued. Now, are you currently in pre-production, where are you at?
We're in about our last month of filming. We broke it into 2 halves. So we did episodes 1 through 5, and we're gonna do a mid-season break and then do 6 through 11. So episodes 1 through 5 are currently being edited. They're pretty much done through the first phase of editing. We're going to send it to color correction and sound correction. And then we're just finishing up some minor scenes, basically. And we should be done mid-December before the holidays.
This has been a long process.
I feel like there's a pretty major scene to film left.
Yes, yeah. She has a big scene coming up. But
we have a very big scene, but it's my last one, so I haven't wrapped yet.
Yeah. Robert, this has been a long process in the making. I had met Vanessa in 2019 or late 2019.
Yes.
And then something early 2020 happened. And then, well,
what was it? Oh, yeah.
Kept put a delay on things for quite some time. And there are rewrites during that time and still things in the making, but so then 2020 and then 2021 finally we got back to doing things kind of, and now it's finally coming to, and not an end, it's coming together, and it's been coming together. It's been we're in post-production for the first half, Vanessa, yes. And then about to wrap up the second half now.
And it's been even like longer for me because I started writing it in 2018, 1 episode a night. And so it's exciting. I can't believe we're even here. Like, to be honest, like a lot of projects don't get made. And so I can't believe like we've made it through a pandemic and we've been consistent, and this is happening. It's cool.
It just kind of makes you stronger. You know, when you have something heartfelt that you're working on and this happens and that happens, it makes actually your vision stronger many times.
Absolutely.
Weight gain and weight loss and haircuts and things.
Who does the camera work? I'm interested in that.
Okay, so I'm so glad you asked that question because he wanted us to give him a shout out. His
shout
name
out
is.
Moment.
Oh, go ahead, Eddie. You do it.
No. Shout out to Steven. He's the cameraographer and videographer and autographers of sorts and of all things. And
yeah, he's the producer. We have a couple of them, but he's our main producer, and he is our main camera guy. But we also have Clarence. We have Matt and Jack, who also come aboard from time to time. You actually remind me a lot of our videographer, Matt. You kind of sound like him, David, and so it's really funny. I hope you guys get to meet one day.
How did you meet him?
So the actress who plays Nessa Rose, her name is Jennifer Bales. That's her brother. So I pulled in Bonnie and Jennifer to do a read through of the first draft of scripts a long time ago in 2019. And like the next day, Jennifer's like, "Hey, my brother has a production company called Gargoyle Media." And he jumped aboard and he started helping me finalize the scripts, and then also get some pre-production done. And then, the pandemic happened, and then we started again. And he's been a big part of this process. Steve has. So
Gargoyle Media. How is that? That was a very intriguing name. How did they come up with that?
Is it related to the cartoon?
I don't know.
Okay. I remember the cartoon.
Yeah,
Gargoyles.
Big fan of Gargoyle.
Cartoon? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how you put that name.
No, I remember Saturday morning before they tore the heart out of Saturday morning with all the cartoons, and
Does Saturday morning still exist? Cartoons, I mean? Is it
No.
still a thing?
Does
No?
Unless
anyone
you
watch
tune
live
in
TV
to-
anymore?
Yeah.
Very good, Bonnie.
That's
That's
right.
very funny. Yeah. No, it's I remember those days.
Yeah. Flashback.
Yes. 6 to 8 hours of bleary-eyed
Mm-hmm.
until Dick Clark
Go
came
for it.
on.
Oh, yeah.
I try to put a lot of those elements of like I'm a 90s kid, so I tried to put a lot of those elements in Green Girl. Like I'm hoping to have a good theme song at the beginning because a lot of shows don't have good theme songs anymore. And so like that's probably where you're getting that light and airy feel. And then but you'll have your like important episodes too, where you that really have some substance behind them. So I feel like I get a lot of that from my 90s television watching that I did.
So that's what it is. Okay. Now the puzzle piece fits. It has that airy feel to it. When I watched, you don't try to sell anything on there. And what I'm talking about is many times when people make a web series or whatever, there's a atmosphere of intensity. You guys are laid back and relaxed in it. It's very relatable, just in that trailer, it's very relatable. And I can tell by watching you and talking to you. I like you guys. You have this laid back attitude. I don't know if it's California that does it, but it's like
No
there's
weather.
ease about you. That's one of the reasons why I love the state so much.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
as a team, like we kind of, even with Gargoyle Media, our production team, our whole mantra is like easy peasy lemon squeezy. Because like, we're all friends. We want to stay friends. Sometimes when you jump into a project like this, it can get messy. It can get real quick. And, and I'm asking for them to put in a lot of time. And so we have to kind of be relaxed about things. We can't take ourselves too seriously. And we kind of know what we are. Like, we know like our charming budget, things like that. And so I think if we try to be something that we're not, it's not gonna work. So if we lean into what we are and play it off as something fun and not be insecure about it, then I think I think other people will latch on to that basically.
at the end of the day, I think I'm speaking for Bonnie and myself. We want to be here. We want to be there with Vanessa along the way. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a passion project for a lot of us. So I don't do a lot of film. I'm a theater person. So being able to do film and to learn how to do it, we've all been sort of learning together. And so whenever we get something that's new and exciting, we're like, okay, when are we filming? What's going on next? So that we can all, so we have a blast on set too. And Vanessa's usually so busy because she's also directing while starring and writing. So like hats.
Yeah, you can't see it right now, but she has hats on, hats and hats.
Yeah, I'll take, because I'm just acting in it. So I'm sitting there with my cell phone because Galinda is obviously a girl that's glued to her cell phone. So I'm always videotaping like behind the scenes stuff, people just messing around. So it's a lot of fun.
Bonnie, you said you're a theater major. I mean, you just majored in theater.
Mhm.
How do you find, what's the difference in your perspective between theater and film?
Fortunately, Galinda is very big in the way that she does, the way that she is. So most of the time when people translate acting for theater versus film, it's make it smaller. I fortunately don't have to do that too much because she's still very big. There's a lot more freedom in film. You can find something new in the rehearsal and it can go into the film that same day. Whereas with theater, you have to, oh, well, that's not the way that the script is written and you're doing it in order and that's the end. Like you don't get to go back and change it. It should be the same show every time. So with film, and then of course, with the way that Vanessa writes, she says, if the wording of this line doesn't work, feel free to make the wording a little bit better. She's been fantastic. And I try not to cuss a lot. So we've been able to take an OMG into oh my ahs. And I'm willing to say oh my ahs because it doesn't mean anything to me. So it's been really cool to sort of adapt the characters and make them like my Galinda versus the Galinda of Wizard of Oz versus the Galinda of the Wicked book versus Kristen Chenoweth's Galinda and every other Galinda afterwards.
Excellent thoughts. Excellent approach. I love that. You make it unique. And Vanessa, I love a director like yourself because you're flexible. You're not a Selznick or anything else. It's got to be done this way, and that's all. You know, you are, according to your co-actors, you approach it in a workable, flexible attitude. I'm guessing.
I try to. I like to collaborate. I feel like it's not fair to actors to just be like, do this. Like, we're not robots. Like, I mean, we're creative people. So, I mean, I'm an actress myself, so I know how I feel, and I like to collaborate. And so I give them opportunities to do so. And as a director, sometimes I have to rate it in, but I think they have lots of opportunity and they make it. I'm still looking at Eddie. But he's really fun to work with. And I think because he's got so many great ideas, like that's what makes filming with him so fun, to be real.
So wait a minute. Now, just a minute. Are you saying when you write a script, there's possible rewrites?
No. Okay. So we rewrite things. Mostly like a strict rewrite is if like I just couldn't find someone to play that role and I need to keep it moving. Like we're very flexible with that. Like it's to get to the end of the project, basically. We rewrite anything like on the spot. I allow them to come up with jokes or, improv and things like that. So yeah, nothing like a hard rewrite though, I don't believe.
Good. I was kind of half joking because everything is going to be rewritten eventually, Yeah. Mel Brooks says the best way to write a script is with a pencil because it has an eraser on the end, So
that's true.
Yeah. So this is on YouTube currently, correct?
It will be in March, basically, is our release date. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, and you have 5 shows so far down filmed?
Mm-hmm. We basically have, I'm super honest about it, we're done with pretty much episodes 1 through 9. I think we just have 10 and 11 little tiny scenes to finish up from 10 and 11. So we're almost there. 1 through 5 are in post-production right now and they're being edited.
Now in the trailer, I go back to that because that's what's available right now. You're in a neighborhood. When you come out with your face, I'll just say, is there reactions from the rest of suburbia? I mean, have you? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're referring to like the real world suburbia? Yeah, kids. Yeah, it's funny. It's fun.
Like kids, for example.
Yeah.
I get like a lot of stares from little kids, like the little like toddlers. They'll just stare like with like wide-eyed and like get mouth agape, and then I get like whispers a lot. My apartment complex, I don't know what they think because we always film around here, and I'm sure they're everybody's super nice and really cool about it. But we've had some like just people being like, "So what's going on here?"
We should create and pass out flyers.
Witch, like.
We should create and pass out flyers offering explanations. Like what was it? Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's character did in the bus when he, gave his symptoms to like, here.
Yeah.
Do that for you.
We try to keep it like a marketing opportunity and be like, hey, we have this series. I try to give them the spiel every time, but yeah, sometimes I'm just like, oh gosh, please don't look at me.
It's hard not to. It's
yeah.
I had a really fun experience. Do you remember where we were at the park and there was a car that would drive by that was carrying like their trash cans, and they drove by like 5 or 6 times, and they were like, what is this? What are you doing? And we finally were like, it's on YouTube, Green Girl Diaries.
Absolutely,
we hadn't made cards at that point, but I know if we had, we'd have been like, here.
Super, yeah.
See, this is why I love the West. This is why I love California. Okay. Even if, people are a little like, what in the world is going on? They speak up. They ask. Believe it or not, on the East Coast, well, excuse me. No, East Coast is New York. New York's cool. But I mean, around the mid area, okay, it's like, They don't like do much of anything, It's like if you're doing something weird, it's like, okay, And they're like that. It's like, don't you understand that life is about creativity?
Absolutely. They create their own conclusions.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. But there's, and that in a way, that gives you notoriety. That gives, hey, something's going on in this neighborhood, and you gotta go down. You're not going to believe it till you see it. But I love, Bonnie, what you said. Drive by 3 times. It's finding they got enough.
I think it was like
courage
5 times.
Yeah.
5 times.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was.
They were making noise when they drove.
Yeah.
So they were interrupting our
stop
shoot.
because they would drive by, and then suddenly they were like, "What are you guys doing?" Because we'd all like stare at them as they drove by because we're waiting.
It was a loud truck. It was a loud truck, and yes, that's why they noticed. And they noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, we have to work around a lot, and that just kind of. I mean, we're so, like you said, we're so chill. We just kind of stop and just like laugh about it, and then just keep going because we can't take ourselves too seriously. But with that, we've been able to keep our standards really high, and like we have this amazing project. Like, it's really cool how this all came together.
How long did it take you? I think you already answered me, so I apologize. But remind me, how long did it take you to write this? I mean, come up with the original idea?
I mean, to come up with the idea, just like seconds. But sweatpants was like, here it goes. But to write it, geez, probably a month. Yeah, I don't like when I've written a book before. Like I have no problem finishing. Like once it gets started, I really have no problem like finishing like things that I write. Like I know that can be a problem, but I've never had that problem before. So I just get going, and I have to get it out on paper, basically.
Yeah,
I have the opposite problem. I don't write things down. Yeah, but I have a good memory. Yeah,
you keep them in your head.
Yeah, but it's like a glass full of water. You get to a point, and then you just pour more stuff in, and then some stuff just water comes out, and yeah. But anyways, it's a large glass.
Eric, you remind me of Eric. I call it. Excuse me.
You know what?
What?
That's funny. I have a cousin named Eric, and when I introduce myself in Spanish, Eddie sounds like Eric. So many a times they will say, Eddie, hi, hola, soy Eric. Yeah, I just go with it. I used to correct them, but now I just went with it. So it's funny. You're not the first person to call me Eric.
I crisscross because I know of a director over here in Michigan, Indiana, Ohio. His name is Eric, and your name is Eddie. But you guys are very parallel to each other. He has the same attitude.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, and you're not the first person to do it. It's okay.
It's weird.
Yeah. Anyways, you're saying you're gonna ask me something.
I forgot what it was. I was like, I went into another world. Okay.
Yeah.
No, this is fantastic. I love you guys. I want you back, if that's okay, with when it's actually launched in full.
Ooh.
Okay.
Sure.
That'll help you to get the word out there a little bit more. If people wanted to contact you, how would they do so?
We're on Instagram and Facebook at Girl Diaries. You can also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Gargoyle Media. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm Nessa Rose 4199.
Bonnie?
Yeah.
I mean, you can try. I don't have like an acting Instagram. It's just my personal one. So it's private because I post like where I am. So I wouldn't suggest following me because you won't see much. But the Green Girl Diaries Instagram, I'll post a lot of stuff, and Vanessa will reblog it. So if you want the inside scoop, that's going to be your best bet for me too.
Eddie, Eric?
I just got a MySpace.
You have a MySpace? A Zanga?
Oh, MySpace. What is that about?
No, yeah, kind of similar with Bonnie, personal one. So Gargoyle Media and then Green Girl Diaries are the
Instagram
tags you want to follow.
Excellent.
We'll have to make acting profiles soon, Eddie, so that like we can have fan accounts.
Yeah.
Because this is gonna blow up. We're gonna be so famous.
You don't know, because what I've seen, I gotta say this again, what I've seen your work. And I watch a lot, not because I'm always sitting in front of the computer. Well, actually, I am. I'm an acting coach, okay? And so I do a lot of this, right? But what I saw, this is unique. It really caught my eye. It's like, what is it? That looks
Different.
cool. What?
Yeah.
You know? And instantly I thought, because one of my favorite Broadway shows is Wicked as well. You know, it left a lasting impression on me. Just absolutely fabulous. And to you, I congratulate all of you because you took that traditional now Wicked, and you just carved something very unique out of it. And people need something new, and they need something laid back and funny. And Vanessa, your character is, I feel sorry for her.
Yeah, she goes
She's
through a lot.
She's what?
She goes through a lot. Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
She explains herself. You know, there's something about her that is endearing. And it's all through this 27-second trailer, everybody. So,
Yeah.
so make sure you watch it. Listen, thank you so much for being on Real Actors, Real Answers.
Thank you for
Absolutely.
having us.
You're
Thank you
welcome.
so
I've been
much.
looking
Thank you,
forward to it.
David
You're
Thompson.
welcome. What was that?
I said, thank you so much, David Thompson. No,
Oh.
David Thompson.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Awesome.
So we're going to stay in touch. And
For sure.
again, thank you for being on my show. Green Girl Diaries. Don't forget to watch and to subscribe to Gargoyle Media, correct?
Yes.
That's the one.
All right.
All right.
All right. Enjoy beautiful California, and we'll talk again.